Shalom friends, I want to share with you a micro practice of self-compassion today. And this micro practice will be based on the Birkat Kohanim, on the priestly blessing. What do I mean by this? When it comes to forgiveness, I find that many times we put ourselves a lot of pressure on it, as if it was in our hands to decide to forgive. The truth is that many times this kind of opening and surrender that happens comes as grace. Sometimes we're just not ready, right? We need more time, there needs more processing, we need to work through guilt and shame and grief, resentment, self-judgment. So there are many things that make that forgiveness and self-forgiveness are not necessarily in our hands. And so I find it much more helpful to take a step back and come back to the source, which is compassion, and especially self-compassion, right? Because if I really look deeply at what happens when there isn't forgiveness and what enables forgiveness, is actually, it's coming back to this source. Is there compassion here? Is there compassion for this one? Is there compassion for others? And I call it a micro practice of self-compassion because while we tend to think that the work of forgiveness has to be done by working through difficult issues and conflicts and wounds, the truth is that for better or for worse, all day long we have many opportunities to practice self-compassion. Because all day long we get to make micro choices, right? What we eat, when we eat, are we going to work out, and when are we going to reply to this email? How do we talk to this person? How do we meet that deadline or not, right? So many micro choices all day long, some of which we regret. And then there is a lot of activation of self-judgment, right? The inner judge, which is more or less active for some of us. And so these are opportunities actually to practice self-compassion so that when the bigger things happen in life, then we're more equipped because we have this tool, right, that has become more part of our nature. And this is the power of practice. And I want to invite us to practice with one of the most powerful blessings in the Jewish tradition, which is the priestly blessing, the Birkat Kohanim. You ready? So let's go. I want to invite you to settle exactly where you are right now. Close your eyes. We'll take a deep breath in. And just let a sigh come out of me. If you have a sigh coming out, that's wonderful. It invites the whole nervous system to deeply relax. Just taking a moment to allow the body to sink in a little deeper where you are. And feeling the points of contact of the legs, the feet, with the chair, the floor. Feeling the natural alignment of the spine stretching up effortlessly towards the sky. And that may be our first act of self-compassion. It's actually inviting the body to come back to its natural alignment, to its natural ease, which is really its birthright. Now I'll invite another gesture, compassion from the body, which is placing a hand on my heart and a hand on my belly. And taking a moment to feel this body breathing under my hands. Feeling maybe the calming effect of a caring touch. This in itself is a very powerful self-compassion practice. Relaxing shoulders, belly, relaxing the jaw, and I will invite the Birkat Kohanim, priestly blessing that is being said every day for millennia to all of Israel. So we'll receive it, and then we'll say blessings, we'll translate kind of the intention of the blessings in English, and we'll say them for ourselves. So the blessing goes like this: Yevarechecha Hashem ve'yishmerecha. May the divine, the source of life, bless you and protect you. And just to note that really you're invited to use your own language for God, God language or non-God language, Shekhinah, higher power, Ein Sof, source of life, whatever you feel you can relate to. Ya'er Hashem panav elecha ve'echuneka. May the source of life shine their face towards you and show you grace, be gracious to you, being forgiving. Isa Hashem panav elecha ve'esem lecha shalom. May the source of life lift up their face towards you and place upon you peace. Now we can start inviting a repetition of words, and I'll suggest words, but you should feel free to use your own words. And we don't need to feel it, we just need to invite the blessings. Just about the intentionality of blessing ourselves, even if we're not yet ready to receive it, to feel the self-compassion. Right? It starts with the movement of doing, of saying. We're inviting the self-compassion. May I be blessed and protected. May the source of life bring me light and grace. May I receive the support of the source of life, of God. And may I receive peace. And so this is a meditation practice of repetition, of word repetition, and the idea is to repeat as often and for as long as you can, because this is exactly how transformation happens. So let's take a deep breath in. A beautiful breath out. Coming to open our eyes. Thanking yourselves for making this time to practice together. And I thank you for practicing with me.